Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Stevenson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Stevenson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll look to throw again. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 61 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards there for number 15.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Swift. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From midfield now, here's Jackson. catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. To throw on 2nd down. Stevenson toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
The Bucs at 5-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 1st and 10, Stevenson. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Will be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And he's going to lead him to 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here, the 12-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Jackson to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Jackson now. Got his man. It's Williams.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
The Commanders going to bring out the field goal unit
from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. On 1st down, Stevenson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Stevenson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Stevenson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Stevenson.
That's caught left side by Judy. 2nd and 6 from the 10.
Back to throw. Stevenson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. From the gun, here's Swift.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. To throw on 3rd down, Stevenson.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they lead the visiting Browns in that one at halftime. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Desmond Ridder has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Jackson.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Here's Jackson.
Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Back to the running game with Swift. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 26. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now a carry for Swift.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Now Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Running these right through him in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Stevenson. This is the tight end fan. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Swift. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. His throw incomplete. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So that a second drive ending in a field goal now here in the 3rd.
Yeah, the first one got them closer, and this one gets them to lead, but I don't think they should fall in love with kicking field goals. They're going to need to put the ball in the end zone if they want to finish off this game with a win.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Off play action. Stevenson. Finding his safety valve here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd.
They'll run here with Swift.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. Williams brings it in.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, quick hitter here, it's complete.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Jackson will throw again. And that is incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Stevenson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Stevenson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense set to take over.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Swift. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. On 2nd and 9, Jackson.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense, does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
And this will be taken at the 13. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing on 1st down. Stevenson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Stevenson.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
So here's Washington now to take over.
They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now a give right side Swift.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Washington. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Stevenson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
On 1st and 10, Stevenson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stevenson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bucs down on the scoreboard. 2:18 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Stevenson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Running is Swift.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here's Jackson.
And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. He's back to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Clock running. The Bucs trying to go quickly and get set. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to throw.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.